Hello and welcome to the DIY Academy, where it's my job to teach you all the tricks of the trade. On today's show, I'll teach you how to give your kitchen a facelift by fitting new cupboard doors. No, you don't use that. Unblock a clogged up sink. That's got to go back. Why am I doing it? This is your job. And remove and replace a broken tile. It's going to be a busy day, so let's meet today's recruits.
Hi, my name is Teresa. I live in North London with my husband Donald.
I'm Pat O'Leary. I'm a cab driver in London. And I live in this small two-bedroom cottage in Bromley in Kent.
And this is my kitchen, which is in serious need of modernising.
I think my biggest disaster is the wall, which I was just stripping the wallpaper and the whole of the plaster and the wall came down. I'm beginning to think I might just leave it. It's looking quite good, I think.
I don't actually like disasters. I like things to go smoothly. Hence why I don't do quite a lot of major DIY. I've got more sort of cupboard space here, but as you can see, it doesn't really function very well. Hence the urgency for kitchen repair. I
think Tommy could teach me almost anything. Anything that he taught me would be handy, more than I know at the moment.
So they're today's DIYers. But before we get stuck into our first task, I just want to check out their toolkits to try and gauge the level of expertise I'm dealing with. Don't mind if I open this.
No, go ahead.
This is a real girly hammer.
But I only use small nails.
Oh, I know what you've got this for, opening up tins of paint.
I probably have actually, I think I have.
I think we'll just leave that where it is. Now let's come over to you, Pat. Now this looks like a proper man's used toolkit. This is a bit antiquated, isn't it? You've got the chuck key tied on with a bit of Christmas wrap.
That's great. Yeah, you drill a hole with it, and then you're supposed to be able to cut with it.
Does it work?
No.
Oh dear. Looks like I've got my work cut out for me today. Right, we'll drink your tea, and we're going to put all them back in, and we're going to go in the kitchen and we're going to start work.
Brilliant.
Our first task today is going to be fitting a kitchen cabinet door. Now, if you take a kitchen, it's one of the most expensive rooms in the house, that and the bathroom. And a lot of people rip a kitchen out unnecessarily just to change the style of the kitchen. Most carcasses, which will open this door, are very similar. They're either made of laminated chipboard or laminated MDF. That's plastic coating over a substrata material. It's normally just the style of the doors or the content of the doors that you pay the extra money for. So if you want to make an effective change on your kitchen without ripping it all out, you can just change the doors and you'll get more or less a brand new kitchen or a new look for small money. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Now, one thing that you've got to remember when you're replacing a door, now although this door is, say, exactly the same size as that one, there's something else you must check. On the back here, these are the hinge cuts, okay? The cutouts for the hinges. Now, from the edge of the door to the centre of that hinge, it's 120 mil.
Yeah.
Okay, now we open this door and we have a look. We take from the centre of the hinge to the top of the door there, it's 75 mil. So that door will not be a simple replacement here.
Are they all the same hinges though? Will they all fit?
The old hinges from this door will fit into this one. It's just a position that's wrong. That means you'd have to change the hinge carrier.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that because that'll leave holes showing inside in the cabinet. So you might as well just get them to match. Now there are two types of hinge. One that you have to unscrew from here and there and take the hinge off with the door. Or if you're really lucky, you have these quick release ones, which at the back there's a little spring and you undo it like that, and it comes off. So come around here and I'll show you what we're going to do next. The first thing to do is unscrew all the bits and pieces from your old door as you can reuse the handles and hinges on the new one. Now you just simply take them out, lovely, put them to one side. Good. Right, now with that done, we'll get on to the new door. No, you don't use that, yeah, because you'll damage the door. If that slips...
So I'm worried about my nails.
You're worried about your nails? Right, just slot these in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace one and then you can replace the other. See, they're all pre-drilled. The holes are in exactly the same place. It makes it a lot easier for you if you match the size. Right, well that's that one done. Over to you now. I'll be on hand if you get in trouble. Work as a team, put the other hinge in, the doorknob on, and hang the door.
Okay.
It's a simple job. Let's see if they've been paying attention.
I'm left-handed, so
Oh, well.
it should
It'll be fine, we won't get in each other's way.
Nice to see Teresa has learnt to use a screwdriver for more than just opening a tin of paint. Now notice I left the plastic on the door. That's to stop it getting scratched while we fix the hinges.
No, a bit more.
You've got a nice tight squeeze there.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to
Don't
say.
do it too tight, do it?
Oh, I'm having trouble with my apprentices today.
If I hold it, do you remember how to put the things in?
Probably just snaps.
Well, they've got the hinges on the door, but can they get the door back on the unit?
Oh no.
Press that in,
I am.
whack it.
Oh, okay. Done.
Let's have a look at that, guys.
Done.
Up you get.
It's a bit on the wonk.
That's a job very well done. Why don't we just have a recap and see how we all did that? Save yourself time and effort by buying doors that have hinge cuts in the same position as the old ones. Save money by taking the handles and hinges from your old door and fixing them on your new one. Then simply click or screw your door back on the cupboard. Well, Pat and Teresa made an almost perfect job, but the door's slightly askew. But that's a problem that's easily resolved. Just open the door and on the hinges, the top and bottom hinge, there is an adjustment screw, which is that one at the front. And all you have to do, using a screwdriver, is just to tighten that up and that'll pull the door across. Check it for alignment. Perfect, job well done. All you need is this. Why don't you join us after the break for some more DIY tips? Today on DIY Survival, our two trainees, Teresa and Pat, have been hard at work improving their skills. First, I showed them how to replace a kitchen cupboard door.
Oh no.
Press that in, whack it.
They managed that all right, so now they're about to get their hands dirty with their second task. Blocked kitchen sinks, one of the most common domestic problems throughout the country. And your second task is going to be clearing this.
Nice.
Thank you.
Right, okay. Now, first of all, you should try some caustic soda. Now, you have to be careful with this because it's obviously quite dangerous. It's corrosive and it has a warning on the back. And a couple of tablespoonfuls in there and then leave it soak for about half an hour. And that should clear it. It corrodes all the fat that's blocked in the drain, okay? But if that doesn't work, then you'll have to up the ante a little bit. See, and you have to use this. Right? Now, in the olden days, you used to get the old-fashioned kitchen plunger. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Got one.
You got one? Right, well, this is a more sophisticated modern version. And what happens, the design of it actually sources it right down the drain where you want it to go, rather than have it slapping about all over the place. Okay, now who's going to be the one to use it?
Well done.
Now, put on these gloves, and you might as well have a pair as well. I mean, I really wanted to wear them because, you know, I've always fancied myself as a doctor. But put them on just to make sure you're dealing with soiled water. So, you know, rather than get it on your skin. And I'll give you a pair of goggles anyway. Well, you can use mine, my glasses, there you are. Blue to match your eyes.
Very fetching.
Now, you have to block the overflow. Now, because this is a double sink, the overflow is the second waste, okay? So you take the plug out of there and put it into this one. Now, you got that?
Yeah.
Right, you hold that. Now, I'll be on hand to give you advice, but you're doing the mucky job.
Put pressure on it?
Yeah. Let's hope that Pat keeps hold of that plug, because if he doesn't, the water Teresa's pumping could shoot through the overflow and give him a right soaking. Let's leave them plunging away while we look at how to get to grips with some more DIY. Polished wooden floorboards look the bee's knees, and here's how you get them. Unless you've got a lot of time on your hands, the only way to properly attack this job is with a heavy-duty drum sander, which can be readily hired. Before going charging off with your new toy, however, first inspect the condition of your floorboards and tap down any prominent nails with a hammer and nail punch to stop it tearing your sanding belt. Next, unplug your sander, lay it on its side, undo the retaining bar with a screwdriver and fix the sanding belt. Coarse, medium or fine, depending on how rough your boards are. On old boards, it's a good idea to run the sander across the room at 45 degrees. Then do the same from the other angle to flatten it out. Tackle edges and corners either by hand or with a smaller sander. Finally, run along the board lengths with the finest grained sand belt to get a lovely smooth finish. All you need to do now is wipe the floor over with a cloth and white spirit, and you're ready to lacquer it. Now let's see how Pat and Teresa are getting on with that block sink. Well, not clearing it.
No.
No. What we're going to do now is look at where the next problem may occur, and it could occur in the waste underneath here. So what we need to do is get either a kitchen bowl, you know, like a kitchen wash-up bowl.
Yeah.
And what we've done, we've cut a bucket down, and you need to bring that in and put it underneath the waste. Undo this bend here, because this is probably likely to be where the trap, in this trap where the waste is blocked.
Right.
Okay? Now these are only hand tight, so just undo it. Why am I doing it? This is your job. So you undo that, and then take it out, and we'll try and clean it in the sink. I nearly forgot for a moment, nearly had me doing the job.
Use a bit of elbow grease. No.
That's it, undo that.
I've got a feeling this is going to go. Yeah!
Disgusting.
Oh dear, what have you been eating? Bring it up the top and we clean it up here.
Oh, right.
Oh, yuck.
Cool, that's pretty gross, that.
It's, I can see through it there.
Put that back on. The right way round.
The upside, yeah, upwards. That's it. Shall we try it now?
Right, up you come. Now for the moment of truth. Now, don't you think it would have been wise, see, if you were thinking to clear all that muck out of there before
That's what I
you
just
take...
thought.
Look, we're trying up
What are you
again.
going to do?
She thought of that as well. She said that.
Well, still got a problem. If removing and clearing the U-bend doesn't clear your blockage, it's time to head outside and investigate the gully. Now, there's all sorts of muck down there. So now I'd like to clear this for you, but obviously my hands are too big. So we need a small hand.
Fine, not that small.
Oh, well, they're small enough. They're a lot smaller than mine. Rather than get any stuff on your arms and that, this is the tip. Look, you take one of these bags, like a rubbish bag, you open it up, and you put your arm into the bottom, right? So then you go down the gully with it, grab whatever's blocking it,
Nice.
fold it in there, and as you pull it back up, you fold the bag like that, and your arm's clean and dry, and the muck is inside the bag.
Okay.
Good idea?
Yeah, very good.
Have a good rummage around now, and get everything you can. Are you left-handed?
Yeah.
All right, that's all right, there's nothing problem. That makes you better qualified. Have a good grope around and fill it up. Well, that's the theory, right? Now, you didn't get enough up with that, and so now you've got the gloves on, so you're going to have to go back in, Doctor, I'm afraid. It's very important that you keep these traps clear.
I'll be in there in a minute.
Oh, look at that.
That's it, I've had enough.
Oh, great job. See, come and have a look at this. You can see the water. Now that was full right up. Now, that should work perfectly now. Put this back on. Okay, that's job complete. Why don't we just refresh our memory and see they did that? To unblock a sink, try a couple of tablespoons of caustic soda. But be careful, it's a corrosive. If that doesn't work, try shifting the blockage with a plunger. But remember to block the overflow or you'll get soaked. Now if that doesn't solve your problem, you need to put a bucket under your sink, unscrew the U-bend and clean it out. And if the sink is still blocked, you need to make sure that there's no rubbish blocking your outside gully. So that's how you should clear your drains. But if that fails, then what you have to do is get a set of rods, come out in the garden, lift up the manhole cover, and you have to extend them down the drain, like so, and rod your drain through. Like that. And you've got to give it some real welly. It's no good just going through the motions. Right guys, your third and final task today is going to be how to repair a wall tile. How do we take that, extract that tile and then replace it without damaging all the others? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the drill with a masonry bit in it and I'm going to make a series of holes just to weaken it, okay? So watch carefully. You haven't got your goggles on.
Oh, sorry.
When removing tiles, shards of ceramic can fly off all over the place. That's it. So remember, protect yourself and wear goggles. Once you've drilled a few holes into the tile, it should be weakened enough for you to tackle it with a hammer and a bolster chisel. What I want to do is just tap it in, okay, and then try and lever it out. So we've got to work from the middle to the outside.
Yeah.
And that way we're less likely to damage the others. That's it. Right, now the fixing part of it. Take the adhesive. Now this is a spreader. Don't worry if you damage a wall a touch. Just smooth it over with a bit of adhesive. Then add a thin layer of adhesive all over the back of your new tile. It can get a bit messy. But once you've got it on the back, you run the comb through like that. And it leaves you that edge and that allows the tile to sit back. We put the tile into position. Right, because this is a repair and this is also grout as well as adhesive, we can actually grout this and just clean off the excess.
So you shouldn't ideally clean that straight away?
No, you leave that for a while.
What, about 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
No, you'd leave it for about half an hour.
And how long does it take for the whole thing to dry completely?
1001 questions here, isn't it? I'm never going to get the job done. Sorry, could you repeat that 100th question?
To dry completely.
That'll be dry by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Short and sweet. Pat and Teresa have got all the tools they need for the job. Goggles and gloves, a drill and masonry bit, a hammer and bolster chisel, some adhesive, a spreader and some brand new tiles. I've left them to it, but I'll know if they follow my instructions properly because I'll be spying on them on my secret monitor. Oh, very good, Pat. He's drilled a load of holes and then he's cutting straight along the holes with a chisel. Oh, look at that. Very good. No damage. They're getting the hang of that, so let's leave them to it while we look at how to tackle another DIY task. Fitting a doorbell is quite straightforward and you don't need to be an electrician to do it. The easiest type to install is the clockwork variety. You simply drill a hole through your door from the outside and push the shaft of the button through and then screw the button in place. Inside you place the underside of the bell housing over the exposed shaft and screw that in place also. Replace the outer cover and that's it, you've done it. All you need to do now is remember to wind it regularly. But if you don't trust your memory, a second option is the battery operated bell. Decide where you want your doorbell, then drill a hole in the door frame large enough to feed through the 2-core wire that came with the kit. Separate the wire and connect one terminal each to the bell button. It doesn't matter which way round. Then screw it into place. Inside, measure the remaining wire to where the bell unit will sit, then trim it and connect to the battery terminals. Screw the battery box to the wall above the door, insert the batteries, then fix the cover of the unit back on. Finish the job off by tapping in the cable clips to secure the cable neatly to the frame of the door. And there you go, now everyone can ring your bell. Earlier, I showed Pat and Teresa how to replace a broken ceramic tile. Let's see how they're getting on. Yes.
Why do you do that anyway?
Brilliant. Yes.
So that it will spread into them gaps, I think.
Let's fine. Stick it on the wall.
Oh no, it's not going to fit.
The toffee hammer. Oh, the other end.
She's got the hammer onto the new tile.
I don't think that's going to work.
I really thought for a minute when she picked up the hammer and went like that, I thought she was going to try and tap the corner of the tile in, the new tile. Pat's applying the adhesive to the back of his tile, so he remembered what I said. Oh dear, Pat's forgotten to run the comb over the back of his tile. Hope it still sticks.
I think we followed all of Tommy's instructions, and I
think we made a better job of it than him, do you? Do you think we made a better job of it?
Nicer job, I think.
They're almost finished, we better go down. And I'm going to congratulate him on very good work.
I think we have to ask him to guess
Which ones we
which
replaced?
ones we replaced.
Yeah, I think you're right. He'll never guess.
And we've tidied up.
But they don't know I've been watching. A few points to pick him up, haven't you? Well, guys, I've got to say, that's a very, very good job. But I must say, I suspect that maybe you didn't run a comb across the back of your adhesive before you put the tile on the wall. That's what I suspect. And you were going to hit the tile right on the corner to get it in with your hammer, weren't you? And then you remembered just in time not to do that, am I right?
But it's a very small hammer.
Yeah, but does it not surprise you how I know that?
It does.
Yes, well, I've been watching you see, upstairs on the monitor, everything you've done, and also everything that you've said. So you think that you've done a better job than I, huh?
No.
Yes, I heard it. We've got it on tape. Well, thanks for coming. I've enjoyed your company today. And didn't they do well? Why don't you join us again soon for some more DIY?
I disliked putting my hand
And
down
Tommy
that
will be
tree.
back for more lessons in DIY survival tomorrow afternoon from 2. Mark Evans is looking before he leaps next on Quest this afternoon, though, in a double bill
My
of A
little
Plane
hammer
is
very
Born.
useful, actually, in that challenge. So even though it's a little girly one, I think it's a very perfect little girly hammer.